Episode 4 of the 2021 PA Kubb Championships coming at you. We are in Elverson, PA. We're still in Elverson, PA, and we're going to stay in Elverson, PA until the trophies are awarded for this one. Today we've got the second half of the quarterfinals. We're knee deep in quarterfinal action now that we're into bracket play. Last week we saw the Kubbstaches knock off EMR. Today we are going to have a very interesting matchup. Today we've got the Kubbstaches, the number 1 seed, facing off against Projectile Dysfunction, who I think we've seen just about every episode so far. They're all over the place. So normally 1-8 seed matchup, you would think, okay, this will probably be pretty quick and the 1 seed and handle it quickly. Except that in round 1 today, Projectile Dysfunction knocked Kubbstaches off. So this could get interesting. As always, well, certainly today, Bob can't join me to commentate because we're going to watch Bob play and probably critique him heavily, is what I would say. So we've got Bob's cousin, Sven Heikes, straight from Sweden. I almost said Switzerland. That's a different place. So Sven, you enjoying yourself today? Say hi to him.
Hey Drew, how you doing? Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying myself today. This is the matchup I've been waiting for ever since that round 1 upset. You know, we got my cuz versus the cuz. It should be an entertaining one, man.
Revenge might be on their minds. So we're going to fill up the second half of the semifinals today. So Projectile Dysfunction, 2-3-1 record on the day. Half of their wins are against the Kubbstaches, and then the Kubbstaches 5-1. They're on a 5-game win streak. They lost that first round matchup, and then won rounds 2 through 6. And they beat some high quality teams on the way to that 5-game winning streak. So this one ought to be a beauty, or at least it ought to be interesting, because the Projectile Dysfunction, they know what they're doing. These guys are experienced. They've played in a lot of tournaments. So Sven, I don't know why I'm asking you, because you have familial connections to the Kubbstaches. So I don't even know why I'm going to ask you. But who you got today? 2 out of 3 matchup. Who you got?
I got the Stashes all the way on this one there, Drew. They're 2-time defending champs. They're number 1 seed. I realized that this 8 seed is the only reason why this 8 seed's even here is because they lost to them right out of the gate. They shouldn't even be in this bracket the way they were playing up and down. Not that they don't have the talent, because they definitely do, but I got to stick with my cuz against the cuz on this one.
So I have a question for you. Is gambling legal in Sweden?
Yeah, we'll say it is.
It is? Okay, good. What kind of odds would you get me for picking on the money line? What kind of odds would I get for picking Projectile Dysfunction here?
I'd say, they're up against the 2-time champs, who has beaten all the other top 4 teams in this bracket. I'd say we'll go 10-1.
I'm taking those odds. Put me down. I'll take those odds. I think Projectile Dysfunction has the Kubbstaches number today. They're undefeated against them. What more could you ask for? They've done everything they've been asked to do. So I'm taking those 10-1 odds. I'll put a few kronars on that.
They started out 2 for 2, Drew. So you knew that before you took those odds.
Yeah, but 10-1. I don't know what a kronar goes for these days. Probably nothing, since I use the euro now. But I'm going to take those odds anyway.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this match, Drew. We have former Kubbstache here, Kevin Bachman, 2018 East Coast champion, as we've said. He's a really high quality player with the cuz. As we all know, the cuz is extremely hot and cold, but when he's hot, he's just as good as anybody out here. They got nothing to lose. These guys, they slipped in the 8 seed. The Kubbstaches have everything to lose right now. They're 2-time defending champs. They're not pleased. I guarantee you they're not pleased about having to play this team right now. As the number 1 seed in a 12-team field, you would expect to see someone a little more along the lines of, I don't know, not quite with this high quality of players against you, stacking the deck with nothing to lose. I mean, that's the danger. That and I believe the conditions definitely appear to be drying out, firming up for the drill, so that may be a factor as well.
Well, I got
Still
a few things going for me on my pick of Projectile Dysfunction. So first, they've been playing essentially bracket play for the past couple rounds because they needed to scratch and claw to get into this. So they are tested. They are
correct.
tested. They are ready
That's
to go.
correct.
Secondly, the Cuz can get hot at any moment, and I feel like he might be heating up.
You think?
Third, who knows? Third, I can't remember what the third thing was, but it was very
Compelling.
impressive,
Yes.
compelling. Yes.
Yes. It's a
I
compelling
can't remember.
argument.
Yeah, they've
We
got the
differed on our
confidence.
picks quite a bit today. I mean, it's not like when Bob was sitting here, you guys agreed all the time. Now
Here's the
we're
thing
at
about
odds.
Bob. The Bob, I make a pick and Bob is always just like, "Oh yeah, yeah, that's my pick too. That's my pick too."
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. That's it.
that's that's
He's a
how he
follower.
rolls. Yeah, he's a
Mhm.
follower. Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't looking good after that first round or the first turn when Kubbstaches went 2 for 2, but they've slowed down here.
Yeah, they really left the door wide open there, considering that they just got it took them 3 batons to get to 2, and then they went 0 for 3. I mean that they could have taken a commanding lead there. Totally wasted that turn,
Yeah,
which is unfortunate for them. Uh, yeah, we'll see. I mean, Cuz needs to get his grouping a little bit better than it's been down the stretches we've seen. He needs to, if he can fire him in there a little more like he did there, they're definitely going to have a shot with Kevin blasting here.
yeah. I've noticed the way Kevin holds his baton when he throws him. He kind of like holds it like a loaf of bread. It's kind of like he just puts it there and he shakes it around a little bit, but it
Uh,
works.
keeping it
It,
loose, keeping it
yeah,
loose.
it's unique. Oh,
Oh,
there's one
here
for the
goes the
Cuz.
Cuz.
Get a
Meatloaf it.
meatloaf, buddy.
Oh, come
Get a
on,
meatloaf,
Cuz.
buddy.
Let's tie this thing up and get a big meatloaf.
Oh,
Oh, man, it was right in his hand, Drew.
it was right there, right there. Nope.
All right.
Um, yeah, so Kevin, I don't think I've ever seen anybody use that kind of I don't even know what you want to call it. It's not really a throwing technique because he's not throwing it yet. He's just kind of, getting in the mood. He's kind of
Yeah, just kind of keeping it loose. One thing I can say about some of these Kubbstaches slash former Kubbstaches is, they kind of have their own style. They kind of learned the game in isolation. Back in
yeah,
that 2014, 2015 time period when these guys got going, there really wasn't a lot of resources out there. I mean, they went to nationals of 2015 and kind of got to see a template of like, hey, this is maybe how we have to throw, but then kind of worked it out on their own. And
yeah,
so some of the style, Bob's wasting batons here short. This is not typical. I mean, we haven't seen him all day, but generally this guy's hitting a pretty high percentage from, oh, geez, from the four
Jeez,
meters.
jeez, Louise.
I know, just blew two. No, he's not pleased. I can tell you, Brian's probably not pleased either at this point. Oh
Oh
no,
boy. Oh for
this is
3.
this is a train wreck. Oh, there's a single.
There's
All
still a
right,
double out there.
Bob can clean this one up. Oh man, and you don't want to let a team like Projectile hang around either.
Oh,
You give them hope, they're just gonna get better and
oh
better.
boy.
Oh boy,
Now we got a pressure clear on
pressure
our
clear.
hands.
Well, at least he's a lefty.
Yeah, I was going to say they called the southpaw from the pen
Mhm.
for a pressure clear.
Yep.
There you
All
go.
right. Well,
Good
that
clear.
was
Every pressure clear is a good clear. I don't care if you've wasted 5 batons already and you only got one out there with one left. As long as you clear it, that pressure clear, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's important. You never want to give a line, especially with a lead, even if
Oh,
it's a small lead, especially at 3 cubes in play two. I mean, that was basically a 3 with 2 if they hit it. They ended
Cuz is
up with three
strutting.
singles.
Cuz is
I tell
strutting
you,
after that drill. He liked that one.
that was a great
Walking
drill.
with a little pep in his step.
hmm
Big opportunity here. Door's been left open a couple times.
Yeah, now the door's wide open now. Now they just need to make a run. Nice
It's a
shot.
double. The baguette technique. It's like he's holding a baguette in his hand.
Yeah, a French baguette.
Yeah.
We need a meatloaf.
Oh,
Oh,
kissed it.
freaking right on the top. That's painful.
Takes a step away. There it
Yeah,
comes.
Kevin's gonna let him think about that one for a little bit. Man,
Little
we
under
are
rotate.
we are icy,
Icy,
icy.
icy, icy.
They let him get away with it too. I mean, they had a horrible
Yep.
turn, made no ground with a nice drill, and see if Stashes can regroup here.
So Sven, you were talking a few minutes ago about how kind of these current and former Kubbstaches didn't really have many resources when they started playing Kubb. How were you introduced to the game? I mean, I know in Sweden, like you're born and they give you some batons and everything, but how did you really get introduced to the game and kind of where did you find out about it and how did you get playing?
Well, Drew, Sweden is a mecca of Kubb, if I guess. I mean, basically, when they host the World Championships, everyone plays Kubb in Sweden. So, I introduced it at a pretty young age, and definitely didn't have
Maybe I
any.
should ask you a different question.
Yeah.
I know you're close to Bob. How did Bob learn about the game and start playing?
Well, let's see. Bob, Bob's wife's family, um, introduced him to the game many years ago. So I would say early 2000s.
Yeah.
Um, and so, every time that we'd visit, when we were younger, no one had a Coop set here. We never played Coop. Um, and so, yeah, they were introduced by Bob's wife, Lainey, who's playing on Cube Widows. Her family found Cube, and her grandfather made everyone in the family a set for Christmas. He was a carpenter.
Oh, sweet.
And so then they played just for years, just playing it like their family stuff. Just on her side of the family, just for like at picnics and stuff in the summer, and then eventually, when he started working at the software company here in Morgantown with Kevin and Jake, and then their other former teammate Jesse, those guys were already just starting playing at lunch every day. So then we kind of took it from there. And that was in
Nice.
2013, and then we didn't find out about really tournament Cube in the U.S. until late 2014.
Cool. Cool. I think
Yep,
that's always a very surprising thing when you learn about the game and you start playing it, and then all of a sudden there's a lightning bolt that goes off, and you say, "Oh my God, there's other people out there who play this too."
exactly. Well, at least they got an
Yep.
8 there.
I was gonna say Brian picks up an 8, but the blasting hasn't been good so far.
Now, no, I feel like Bob might be in his head a little bit here. I don't know. Definitely seems to be a little bit on the struggle bus, if you will.
Yeah.
It's just not generally typical the way they played. I mean, these guys, like I said, they beat all the other top four teams. They hit Squirrel Stashes. They got them at time, so I think they were down. I think that match, from what I understand, was tied as time was called, and but the Stashes were in the middle of turn. they still had 2 base cubes left. I believe there was 6 in play. They were able to get a king down on that one last turn, and then they beat us cube, and then they just played Old Line Cube in that last match to get here, basically to get the #1 seed. Those guys were playing for #1 seed. It was a 3-turner. I mean,
Oh,
with like
nice.
eight cubes in play after 2. So
And Old
uh,
Line Kubb was, I don't know if they were the first seed, the #1 seed after the fifth round, but they were
they
up
were,
there really close. They were, yeah, okay.
yeah. So
Yeah,
that one
because
was for
they had made a nice run in the second half. Oh, nice
nice
triple.
shot.
They had made a nice run in the second half of the round robin play where they had, I think they moved up each round, cause almost with a runner.
Hmm.
And at one point were the #1 seed, obviously losing in the sixth round, knocked
Yeah,
them
that
down a
loss
bit.
knocked them down to third, but still, they're playing well too. So it's like, other than that one loss, I mean, there really hasn't been. Nice shot there, Kevin.
Yep.
Really hasn't been uh, any any hiccups. I mean, they've been close to tying that one and went to time, but other than that, they've taken care of business. And to come out here and look flat in the quarterfinal against a team that they know they can't really be flat against is a little surprising.
Yeah. And you know, I just get the feeling that if projectile seems pretty cold from 8 right now, if they could just warm up just even a little bit, all of a sudden this this match could turn quickly. Seems like they're blasting well. It's just they're not hitting from 8 right now. And it's the kind of the opposite of what Kubbstaches are doing. They're not blasting well, but they're hitting fairly well from 8.
2 for 2, but it's been pretty bad ever since.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Projectile really let another big opportunity go away. At least they got one there, but they should have probably at least tied or taken a lead on that turn if they were able to hit even 2 out of 4. The 1 out of 4 is still not really where you want to be.
So Bob, when you or Sven, when you look at the Kubbstaches, let's go with the 3-person Kubbstache team, kind of the nationals team. What do you
Yep.
think? You know, ideal scenario: who's drilling, who's blasting, and who's the 8-meter guy? Bob is just throwing penalty cubes right there.
Mm,
Um,
Just one, I think, but yeah, that's not good. Um, yeah, generally, it's the drill's either going to be Jake or Bob, depending on where we're at, where they're at, and blasting's always going to be Bob, at least one baton. They really started to switch things up this year, I think, with the addition or the on both ends. So the three is usually Bob first, Jake second, Brian third, and the weakness was Bob's eights, Brian's fours.
mhm.
Man. And so Brian has really uh, increased his 4-meter percentage exponentially in the last year or so, and Bob has increased his 8-meter percentage the same. Um, so now they're a lot more flexible as far as what they can do, and they can spread their eights around a little more, take some pressure off the back end. The three-player game is a lot more difficult
Yeah.
than two. But even you'll see them doing that here. And Brian's taking the last single, given so Bob at least gets 1-8. Ideally, what they're looking to do is if they can clear in two, split the two, and each get 2 8s. That's where their percentages are going to be the best. But he just
Looks
left a
like,
penalty, Drew.
yeah, I was going
So
to say there's an advantage line there. It's only about 3 inches, but you know, I always think of an advantage line. There's two advantages to it. One, you get to stand a little bit closer if you want to, but two, you don't have to knock down as many field cubes. So it's kind of a double whammy.
yeah, I think it's more than 3 inches. But the only reason they'll take this one is if there's one like a little further back. I mean, generally. You take that to 4 meters, your rotation's probably going to get screwed up on it. But if you have a cube that's about a foot back off and you want a 4 meter shot, you can take it to make
Yeah.
it 4 meters exactly. Um,
Well, that one's that. Oh, oh,
I mean,
nice.
I don't think you'd take it at 8 either, at 8 meters, because I mean, especially when you just saw the other team miss it twice. It's like, why? Your percentages are going to be better at the shot you practice. So generally, you wouldn't see too many people take that line for the 8 meter shot either.
Looks like they're spying this one to see if this one might be out or a penalty coup.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's
Huh.
in. I think it's in.
Yeah, I think it's in too.
Might have a double-double there, but neither of those are very easy shots.
You never know what Kevin's going to do.
Yep.
Kevin gets some crazy action on his cubes and batons, so you never discount this guy when he stands the line. Anything can happen.
It's the light touch.
But now Dave's trying to talk him into something, so oh, he's taking
Here
the
we
line.
go. Here we go.
He's taking the angle.
Oh, there's a double. That's a nice shot.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not taking the advantage on this one.
I know.
Oh, that was close. Cuz cleaning it up.
Cuz going to take the line at 8 or not. Looks like he was thinking about it. He's going up. Yep.
Cuz says it's safe.
He's punting. It's like, I'm done with this. It's like he did hit one though. He hit one of the two. I think they both hit one,
Yeah,
but
I
man,
think they
they
both hit
both hit some
one, but
punch.
yeah,
Ever since Cuz hit the top of this one that Kevin's trying to hit out right now, like, it's been pretty ugly at 8.
there
There you
we
go.
go. There
All right.
we go.
Now we are tied,
Yeah,
except they have that
yeah.
penalty still hanging out there. So really, it's
So we got
advantage.
a tie-ball game. So are you starting to get nervous that my 10-1 odds are going to pay off here?
I'm not enjoying any of this right now. This is this is pretty ugly. I don't know. Looks like these cubes are bouncing pretty hard on Bob's drill, which is not generally good. If you see if he starts to not know what they're gonna do and they're not consistent when they're hitting the ground, that's when you start to see him get a little annoyed because it's like, all right, I don't know what's going on. I think
There's
things are firming up on him because he's playing them outside left and they're just jumping. Look at that
oh,
thing. There's
there's
another one.
another one.
That thing jumped and rolled.
Yeah. The yeah, he took a lot of green on those on a couple of those ones for first tosses and they
Yeah,
still
well,
went out.
I think he hit basically the second two right around where he hit the first one, and the first one jumped hard and the other two didn't. So it's like, when you have that stuff going on, it gets to be a little frustrating, and you get, the mental game gets tested. So I mean, we're gonna see, what they're gonna do. I mean, this looks like a pretty decent 4 if he can hit it, but now he's got 2 penalties and.
Yep, they're awkward distances.
Mm-hmm. See what we can do here. I don't know. Looks like a double, maybe in 2. Oh
There's a
boy.
single. Yeah, and that looks like a fence line right there. There, you might be able to
Might
scrounge
be able
out a
to
double
catch the
somehow, but
edge. Yeah.
or
Oh
or or
jeez.
just airmail it.
That wasn't even close. Oh,
There's the double.
at least Brian.
So unless Brian can go single, 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 there's going to be another advantage line here.
Hmm. That second shot Bob took wasn't even that. I don't even know
That
that was in
was
the state, Drew. That
no.
was for a blast shot. He was rarely do you see him miss that high as well. Um,
Oh boy.
all right. Well, let's see if we can pick up this one at least. I say we, at
Yeah.
least like I'm on the team.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
but
this is why I said I don't even know why I'm asking you about who
no,
you got here because
you
I
know
know you're a homer. I mean, I get it.
the only the only one that could even be potentially. I can't see me going against them the rest of the way as long as they're still in this thing. I mean, the way they're
You
playing now,
think
they might not be long, Drew. I don't know.
they might not even make it to the semis right now. So you're taking Kubbstaches all the way through?
As long as I can get by these guys,
All
yeah. I
right.
mean, the only one that could potentially be dicey would be, depending on what they do, like say they win this match, depending on what they do in the semis, and what the squirrel and the swan do in the other semi, which yeah, we already know they're in.
Yeah.
You know, then potentially if the Stashes make the final, there we go. Um, then I could potentially pick against my cousin, but right now, no, I'm riding it. They're
All right.
two-time champs, man.
Two-time.
Back to
Actually, I
back.
think it'd just be two-time.
Well, another little known fact here is up to now, Brian and Bob have played together on a two-player team 3 times, and they've won 3 tournaments together. They've
Oh,
never lost a tournament they
oh,
played together. So that they got that streak going too. Um, it's not going to last forever, but
yeah.
you never know. And so far, I mean, these guys are undefeated. So they've lost games, but they've never lost matches.
Kevin just took some green there trying to get an angle on the double, and it just didn't work out. He got the front one. Looks like there's a bit of junk in the front to try to go for it again,
I
but
think he's
he
going
might
for
be
the
trying for the
3.
triple. Oh, or maybe not. He might have
Yeah,
changed his mind.
to
Oh,
cut it. I
there's
got
the
two.
double.
2 singles left, so this is good for the Stashes at least. They
Nice.
can't make too much damage, but oh, there's a
Oh!
little. Oh, and they're fired up. They're
Yeah, he
fired up.
is.
Watch
Yeah, he
Kevin knock
is.
this one down.
He's looking to go baseline clear right here.
This is money in the bank. It's hidden.
Think so?
Oh!
Oh!
I told you he was fired up.
Fired up.
Woo!
Baseline clear.
Called it.
Number 8 seed over the
How much
number
money?
1
How
seed
much
right
money did you put on this, Drew?
now. 100 million bajillion dollars. Kronars, which is probably like, 52 cents or something. But,
Yes.
the return looks good.
Well, back's up against the wall now. The only thing they can hope for is that if the Cuz can start doing things like the Cuz is known to do, maybe throw a sloppy group out there. Hopefully they don't give a line here. That would be cataclysmic. Baseline clear, but this group's looking decent.
Yeah, well, Cuz is feeling it, but Bob
Aimed it.
might have been shocked into more concentration right now because this drill is a lot better than the last one.
That one landed the wrong way, but other than that, these 5 look nice. Yeah, I mean,
We
it's
know
not.
Kevin plants the Kubbs. Look at
Uh,
that
he's
leverage.
hard.
We'll call him Johnny Kubelseed.
It looks like he's got a quad. If he can hit it. What's Kevin looking at? Is he gonna push one in harder now? Nope.
I think that's a
He was really
triple.
giving that stare down. That's a quad. I think there's 4 right there in the line. I could
Oh,
be wrong.
there's
Is it
8 in
4?
play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there must be another one there that I can't see
No.
right now.
Yeah, there's 4 in the row there. And he singled it.
Yeah,
Ouch.
any one of them.
That was not what he was looking for, Drew.
No, I don't think so.
Definitively. That's a decent double. He needs the double now. He needs
Well,
this double.
that's a triple, I thought was the story.
Right. It's a triple, but he needs it in the worst way here, Drew.
So a triple single.
Got
There's
it.
the triple.
That was massive because now Brian can at least maybe he needs to pick off the single. He needs to pick off the penalty. Ideally, he'd get one more, but that's going to be a massive turn for Brian. Not that he's not capable of it, but
A lot of there.
got a lot of work to do. That's a good
Oh,
start.
that's down.
We're
We're calling that down.
That's down. That would have been unfortunate if it stood back up.
Oh,
Talk about painful.
yeah.
All right, Brian really, he needs to take this one down at the very least. Slow-mo. Nope. Ooh,
Oh, he kissed it. He
nudged it.
kissed it.
Uh,
Oh,
just
kissed it and it didn't
what
go
did,
down.
what did you say last episode? Like a
Like
seventh
it's
grader
like a more
dance.
kisses than a seventh grade dance or something like that.
Yeah, he gave that one a big
Smoochy, smoochy.
mwah. 7 in play. Baseline clear. This should be game over. No, I don't think it is, but it should be.
Yeah, let's see. So
Got to
8, only 7 to throw. Yeah, I mean, you would think that they
think they
should
should
be able to
get at
get
least a 5. You know, um, see what he does with the drill here. I mean, the Stashes really need him to throw a penalty. That would be massive. Um,
yeah.
they need a lifeline here because they are basically what they're thinking is, well, I guess we're gonna have to beat them from now on. This game, as far as
And
they're
we
concerned, is
we've talked about this quite a bit. Kevin was just showing him where to throw to. Oh, he is being aggressive with this drill. Oh,
Mhm.
that makes me nervous. Oh no.
Lifeline engaged. That's massive. That's
Yeah,
the last thing you
we've
want to
been
do.
talking about this the entire tournament so far about how aggressive are you going to be with your second throws. And I've said that I'm kind of over on the side of being much more conservative on that second throw. Um, Dave
Especially
had
now,
none
Drew.
of that. He said, "I'm going for it, baby," and it just bit him right there.
The, the cuz is gonna cuz. He want to go like you don't. Last thing you want to do when you're baseline clear, you're up basically 3 cubes is throw a penalty. Like that is a turn killer, and now he's gonna go for it out of turn,
Oh, and
and
he
he hits
got
it,
it.
and he hits it, and that's
He's on
huge.
fire.
He
He's
is.
on
He's
fire.
feeling it. These guys are feeling it. They only have 2 left. They have 4 batons.
2 or is there 3? It's hard to tell. It's just
I
a
think
whole
there's
big
only
pile.
I think there's only 2 left. I think he hit 3 on the first one.
There's
And
one.
now it's a single. Is Kevin going to give him 2 king shots here? I think that would be the play I would do. That one's a tough shot. It's blocked up.
Looks like they talked it over a bit, and Kevin's going to take it.
Yeah, that's a tougher shot. It's a lot of junk.
There
Nice
you go.
shot,
All right.
Drew.
2 shots at the king.
Shots for the
Two shots
cuz.
at the king.
Oh god, he airmailed
Oh,
it.
oh, oh.
Oh,
Oh, oh no!
nuts. Yes.
Oh no!
He hit that
Oh,
second one hard.
oh no!
Oh,
Oh my! Oh
that's
no!
devastating. He just
Oh,
doesn't know what to do.
it's
I was wondering if he was rushing the second one a little bit, Drew. You missed the first one, you almost are embarrassed by it, but man, he hit that second one pretty hard. He just hit it too low.
oh my goodness. That
Yeah.
is that was to take a 1-0 lead as the 8 seed over the 1 seed in a
No.
game where you played really well and really outplayed the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
And even you got the penalty coup.
I
You
know.
took care of the penalty coup, cleared everything else.
This is the second year in a row, Drew, that the Kubbstaches have had a double king miss in bracket play. Last year in the final game 3, they had a double bracket miss or double king miss at 7 in play. Very similar situation. And they came back to win. But
Oh, that's
yeah,
brutal.
I mean, I can't believe it's happened again.
Do you think maybe possibly before the match, Projectile Dysfunction thought the Kubbstaches were probably going to get a first shot at the king, and Johnny Kubelseed planted the king as tight as he could. Is that what happened there?
It very well could have. They did double check the king. You saw them double check it after he did hit it. It did move. But I wouldn't put much past the cuz. Yeah, we know it was all fair, but they now you're just gonna see how one can the Stashes come back. They need to get that penalty. They need to get at least one more in play here. It's a nice start. Good
It's a
drill.
quad. I'm still stunned. It's
Ugh,
it's one thing. It's one thing to whiff. We've all whiffed on the king before,
ugh. Speaking of
but
whiff,
to but to hit it and it doesn't go down, that's brutal. That's
yeah,
absolutely brutal.
yeah, especially after you whiff the first one.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're gonna see how they regroup because what can happen is like just mentally the wheels can just come off. Well, that was a two baton clear, except it took three because Bob Arum mailed the second one. See if he can get this penalty here.
Yeah, this penalty has been a thorn in their side for a few turns now.
Uh-huh.
Still is.
Yep, we are hung up on it.
Yeah.
So this is what can happen too. It's just gonna be so frustrating. You're like, you got this shot, and you
And it
just
and
can't
it's
hit
not
it.
like an 8 meter that you can't pick up an 8 meter and you just move to a different one.
I
Oh, they
was
finally
like,
got it.
all right,
Yeah,
well,
that
at
one,
least
since it's a penalty, you have to hit it. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm
no.
going to go hit this other one instead."
Yeah. Well, not only that, like getting at least that's almost like getting an eight because now you put one more in play. The Cuz just missed two kings. You got one more opportunity for him to make a mistake. Not that he's going to, but you gotta put pressure on him, and he's just put a lot of pressure on himself. So anything you can do to help that right now is gonna be helpful. And
Well,
he's
we'll see.
looking
We'll
a
see
little.
how they can kind of gather themselves after that. Oh, that was brutal. That
Yeah,
was.
no, you hate to see that out of anybody, really. I know I'm a homer right now, but that's rough to see. We all love cousin Dave. We don't like to see anyone blow two kings in a 8-1 matchup. I mean, ooh,
Yeah,
like I said,
that's
these guys
tough.
are playing with house money before the match even started, and then they got it. Now they're kicking themselves a little bit.
Yeah, and sprayed it a little bit.
Yep.
A whole pile of rethrows.
He's got four.
So what do you think? Is he going to be conservative? Kevin's telling him where to throw to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think he needs to be too aggressive, but he needs to get him kind of in that pocket. Ooh, is that one short?
Might be a little short.
Is he gonna nudge it in? He was thinking about trying to nudge one in. Uh, I think it was in round six or whenever we saw them last. And generally, that's doesn't work out well for you. That's an aggressive of all aggressive plays.
That's a tough.
I think it
That's a
might
tough.
be good.
Play.
That was a good retosses there by cousin Dave. I mean, he had he really put that group back together because it was looking a little rough before he threw his last four.
Yeah. Let me
But
know if
now,
they've decided on this. Oh no, there's a
oh, it is a
penalty.
penalty.
Mm-mm-mm. That hurts. Oh,
I'm telling you,
and I was already on Amazon getting ready to buy something really expensive with my 10-1 odds, and now I think I better put my phone away.
and we got a long way to go. I mean, you can see in the background there, obviously teams are finishing up and waiting for this. We got no one playing in the currently the silver bracket's on hold waiting for this quarterfinal to be done. So no one's playing be in the background there at all.
Yep.
So in pitch, this is pitch believe 1-3 should have had another one of those other ones. I think it was old line and playing over there. They're done
Yeah, we
already.
haven't seen that. We haven't seen what the result is on that. It must be I mean, obviously it looks like it's over, but graphics department might be going eating a sandwich or something. I'm sure they'll update us later as to what the
Hmm.
result of that one was. But the winner of that match will be playing the winner of this match in the first semifinal that we're going to have next week, I
I
believe.
I actually don't believe that's correct. I believe the Das Kube winner and the DMR is the winner of the or the old line cube plays the squirrel stashes, the
Oh,
swan and the squirrel, if you will, and Das Kube would then play the winner of this match.
oh, okay.
If
Yes.
Das Kube advanced, which I assume that they probably did, because they always
Yeah.
get fourth place, Drew.
Well,
How can they
we'll
get
see.
fourth place if they're not in the
That's
semifinals?
correct. That is the one that I believe we're waiting on the graphics department to update us on.
Okay.
So let's see, 8 in play, and
And a penalty that they put it basically at 8 meters, I think.
yeah. So we got 7 to clear.
Nice
It
shot
looks
by
like
the
a double.
Cubs. But now we sprayed them out a little bit where it could be. I don't know if there's a double there. There might be one.
Yeah, there might be one. I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough pile. Oh
Oh,
boy.
no.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's
Boy.
three bet. Now they need a double just to not give a line
Yeah.
because they only have 3 left. Kevin's got his baguette here.
Yep. I enjoy a nice baguette.
Oh
Tasty.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can't beat it.
Yeah. Nice crusty. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
See, this is the concern when you leave the door open and then with the 2 king misses and the wheels just kind of come off a little bit. Well, that's at least a good double that they didn't give a line right at the midline. Um,
Yeah, but talk about going from the from the penthouse to the outhouse. Whoosh.
yeah, no, that's rough. So the Stashes still need a good drill. I mean, this isn't a slam dunk that they're going to win on this turn either. I mean, they
No.
still got 2 base cubes. The line is right around midway,
Yep.
and he knows he needs a good drill.
With those two baselines still left, that makes me think that it's going to be tough to win it right here. Normally when there's a baseline or an advantage line, when a good team has an advantage line, I usually think it's pretty much over. But it's not
Oh,
they're not a completely short porch, and there's still two baselines. But that was a nice drill.
that
They
was a
should be
nice
able to do
drill. He
some
needed
damage
that
here.
one.
Yeah, might be a quad and a double.
Looks like it could be 2 batons, yeah. So he's setting up the line right now, so he's make sure he's on it. But this is a shot that Bob's pretty comfortable with as far as, the farther back advantage doesn't rotate it just straight in.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
now he's
Was
gonna
that
let Brian
6,
go. Yeah.
5, something like that?
Oh, that was 5, yeah. All right. So
So they're in the red.
ideally, yeah, you'd say Bob steps up here, hits 2 singles, and we're out. But the way things are going, I don't
Yeah,
know, Drew. I mean,
I don't know. They were at the edge. I said talk about going from the penthouse to the outhouse. Well, how about Kubbstaches going from the outhouse to the penthouse right now?
that's a massive turnaround. I mean, to have a chance to win, and he missed one.
Yeah, I don't know what
Hits
that was.
one down, they're still in the red zone though. Arizona. So, bro, that baton at his feet is still Brian's second. He's gonna pick that one up. Bob's kicking himself though. I mean, that should have been 2 singles. I mean, there's not the easiest shot in the world, but he expects more out of himself than that.
Oh
Nice
boy,
shot. Wow. Wow.
what a heartbreaker.
Oh,
I'm assuming Brian's gonna get this because I don't know if I could handle more heartbreak in this one. But oh
I hear you.
boy, oh boy.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
Oh, he hit
another
it low too.
low too.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, at least it went down. So,
Boy, I tell you what, I don't know how projectile dysfunction comes back from that one. I don't know how my bank account comes back from you know now being down 0 games to 1. But I had 10 to 1 odds. 1.1 to point 0.9, not great blasting. 8 meters, 15%. Ouch, that hurts. 8
yeah,
meters for Kubbstaches, 33%.
not great.
Kubbstaches take a 1-0 victory or a 1-0 lead. Wow.
Wow,
Sven,
Drew.
I don't know
Wow.
about you. I feel like I should put on a black um, turtleneck, maybe get a pack of clove cigarettes.
Yeah.
I went to a coup match and a poetry reading broke out. That was deep.
Uh,
That was profound.
that was
Um,
profound. Profound
whew,
is the right word, Drew. I mean,
yes.
you know, that was profound, and looks like Projectile is bouncing back on one out of two to start. But,
Oh, that's good.
whew, yeah, I'm in a zen
That
like
last
thing.
one was brutal. I still can't believe what I just saw,
No,
and I don't know. I don't know how you get up off the mat after that one.
yeah, that is that's tough to come back from. They're gonna have to. The big thing here that you got to put it behind you. You got to move forward. I mean, yes, you let one slip away, but you had them. So, I mean, they already beat them this morning. They should have beat them two in a row, but now they have to beat them two in a row.
Yep.
Oh, and Bob hits the eight.
Yep. There's an 8 to tie it up. Brian's has two. 2-4-6 start. That one was all
Very,
over it.
very close.
Nope.
That one was not. Oh, well, at least we're tied one round, so far so good
Yeah.
as
I
far
just
as
had
both of those
something
teams are
very
concerned.
interesting that I was going to bring up, and now I can't remember what it was. So
Happens
probably
to me
really
all the
wasn't.
time.
Yeah, probably wasn't really that interesting. But when you can't remember what it is, you can always say it was interesting.
I'm sure it was unbelievably interesting.
I think it was deep. Some
Yeah, it was
deep,
probably as deep
deep
as that
Kubb
haiku
insight.
we saw.
Oh boy.
Penalty
No,
at two is also not what you want to do. He almost
no.
threw two. That was close. That's a rough start for the
Yeah, it
Cuz.
is. It's that same spot that Kubbstaches had the penalty and couldn't hit it for about
That
five
might,
turns.
I know that might be a little farther back than I'd be used to seeing out of them. Um, but we'll see what they can do. They're gonna have plenty of shots at it.
Yeah, it's a little short on the rotation. There you
There you
go.
got it.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. What was so profound and deep was that I'm tired of not seeing any meatloafs.
I know.
I
This
don't
is
think we've
getting
seen any
really old.
meatloafs from since episode one.
It was raining meatloafs in the first three
Yes,
rounds, Drew. I mean, we were eating so much meatloaf. We had this long conversation about eating meatloaf.
nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
the good turn. Great
very
comeback
good
from
turn.
that penalty.
Yep. Yeah,
But
we were eating so much meatloaf, I developed gout.
yeah.
Um, yeah, it was all over the place,
Well,
and
and
now there's just been a dearth of meatloaf.
well, the problem you have too is you're not going to see a lot of meatloafs out of the Kubbstaches at the way they're playing. So as far one, they're playing like crap, but also, um,
Hold on a second. What was that? What was that first throw that was, I don't know,
it
what, 2 feet short?
it was completely slipped out of his hand, Drew.
Oh, okay.
That's all we can assume.
Maybe he needs to go
Sometimes,
to the glove. Maybe he needs
so,
the glove like he needs to call up Great Lakes Coop.
yes, like Joe and JR.
Yeah.
Could be, but yeah, it is. I think sometimes they get a little squirrely one way or the other.
Is it,
But you're not going to see a lot of Milos out of stashes because they're splitting their batons at eight, so they don't generally have, especially early on, they don't have a lot of opportunities. If they get five or six or seven in play, sometimes Bob will just take three and give Brian a chance at a meatloaf, but
Yep.
depends.
Here you go.
Now
Inside the
we're
head
we're debating something
sessions.
here, and I don't know what that is.
Wasn't the what was that movie? What was that movie called? Uh was the movie with the heavy metal band? It's like the whole movie's a joke. It's funny though. Spinal
Uh,
Tap.
oh
Spinal
yeah,
Tap.
yeah.
I think that was their one of their hits was Smell the Glove. Wasn't that the name of their song?
I don't know, Drew. I'm from
I think
Sweden.
so. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot.
Ah. You said fake band, and I started thinking of did you ever see the Chris Rock movie CB4? Where
I
they're
did
the
not see it,
they're
but
the fake
I
like
heard
they're the fake like gangster rap group. Oh,
yeah.
that's hilarious.
Oh, nice
We
double. Looks like he
we
played
we
that.
could mention their hit song as well, but it's this is a family friendly show, so
Yeah,
we're
I don't
not going
think we're gonna
to.
do that.
Yeah, no, we're gonna gloss over that, but it's pretty funny. Oh boy, tried to split them.
Here you go.
All right. Well, now they're down again.
We are again. Yeah,
Yep.
I was gonna say here we are again.
Mm-hmm.
Projectile dysfunction. Playing the Kubbstaches is hard. It can't end badly 2 games in a row, can it?
I don't know, Drew. I
I mean,
didn't
I
see
suppose
I
that's
didn't
the
see any of this
maximum
coming.
possible in Kub. Yeah,
I thought we'd be done a half hour ago. So,
yeah,
and that's no disrespect on projectile dysfunction, just the way this Kubbstache had been playing. It just this is like the first match in the morning all over again. Nice shot by Brian. They needed that one.
so projectile dysfunction still with a 1 baseline lead. I agree with you. I mean, I like the projectile dysfunction guys, but I thought this would be a fairly easy 2 games to nothing for oh, that one jumped. That's the
I'm
same
telling you.
place Bob's having problems with.
Yeah, I think the Cuz may want to consider doing some more goofies on this side the way things are going. Bob doesn't really have the goofy cut that he uses in competition because it's just, there's no point generally. But this side's definitely looks like it's playing tighter,
Yeah,
based
and it
on what we've
seems like
seen.
there might be a little bump or something there because that oh, just like that,
Yep.
hopping big
That was a nice,
hops.
nice shot on that last one. Knocked the other one closer, plus had a force in there. That one won't stand up straight. We need Kevin to come over.
Need some miracle grow in there.
Like I said, these pitches at this point, once we get to the semifinals, we're going to go to fresh pitches. Unlike the East Coast Championship where Bob couldn't count, um, we uh, we set them up correctly, and so we have fresh pitches
Oh,
for
hold on
these.
a second.
What
Look,
what's the Cuz
the
doing back
cuss is
there?
doing a jig. He's doing a jig.
You might be feeling it again.
He is.
Maybe they're
He
gonna.
should be. He should
Yeah,
be except for the turn, which was horrible, gut
I wish
wrenching.
I wish the graphics department would get us a replay on that little jig. I'd like to see that again.
I need to.
I didn't know
Oh,
because it was almost like the Cuz
he's
turned
still
Irish there. Oh,
prancing.
nice triple.
He was still prancing a bit.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, if there was a another best of episode at the end of this, which there won't be, I'm
Which the graphics
now that
department's like, we're never doing that again.
that will not happen again. If somebody out there wants to take the videos and make a best of, knock yourself out, but I will not be doing it. I'm sorry, the production department will not be doing it. But yeah, that would definitely make the cut right there.
Oh yeah, I would love to see that jig. No doubt. We're dancing in Elverson. We're dancing.
Yeah,
And there
everybody.
goes Kevin.
Nice.
Picking one off. They got him. They got him up against the wall again here, Drew.
Oh, another 2 cube lead
Oh,
for
this is.
projectile dysfunction. I tell you what, that was it just seems like when we were making the picks, I said I think they got their number today. And in the first round, they had their number. In the first game, they had their number until they
Hmm.
didn't. And
Yeah.
now they've got their number again.
Well, that's the last thing you want to do when you're projectile dysfunction here and you're playing well and you're taking leads is let them come back because these guys can come up with massive turns.
Yep.
I mean, they're not two-time defending champions for nothing. I mean, you know, the you just got to close them out. You got to finish it off. You can't let this keep going because I mean, this is only six in play and they're capable of six with one or two
Yep.
in a hurry unless he throws a penalty here. And then, these guys can light it up from 8 meters. It's just a matter of time in some cases. So, um, yeah, we'll see.
Do you think that in the Odyssey, what are the sirens that lure the what do you call it, the sailors to their death with their pretty songs? Do you think Cousin Dave is like a siren with his dances? He's luring the Kubbstaches to their death.
I don't know if I go that far, Drew, but anything can happen.
I'm just throwing
So
it out there. It's a
maybe he
possibility.
does have some magical powers. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think I've seen Bob blow this many 4 meter batons in a match. Maybe
All I
in
know is
years.
that
In
I
years.
saw the dance, I saw the jig. It mesmerized me.
Yeah.
I gotta believe it could mesmerize the Kubbstaches as well.
You know what we're not seeing, Drew, is any stinking meatloaf. That's what's bothering me.
Yeah,
Oh no. Brian just missed two on a single. This is where sometimes the strategy can blow up in your face a little bit. Yeah, if
it's like there's
you
a
got
bit
to
of
you
a
got
there.
you got to think Bob would be good for this single, which he was, and Brian would have had three. Sometimes, it just doesn't work out.
Yeah,
But
the
if he can
best
hit
of
this one down,
intentions.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
knock this one down, you're right back in the game.
And he
Oh, and he
did.
does. That was
Slow
pressure.
fall. Slow
Yep,
fall.
that was artistic.
It was. He gets a 10 on his artistic score.
Yep.
Um,
What do they call that? The Olympics, they were always like, oh, the artistic merit or some garbage like
yeah,
that.
some garbage. I don't think. Oh, look, because he's just spraying cubes down over there.
He don't care.
He doesn't. No, he is goofy, and so maybe that's a good call for him.
Oh, that
Get
one
off.
was regular cut, but
Mm-hmm. No, now he's
yeah,
spraying
I think
only
I'd
because.
stick with
Yeah.
Goofy because that spot there, maybe what, 6 inches to a foot inside the pin, is
Yeah.
just throwing them out of bounds.
I can tell you this with about a 99% certainty that there is absolutely no way that Bob wants a game three right now, and he does not want to drill on that side again.
No, that
He,
is
he
a
wants to get out of here in two and head to fresh pitches and be done with this because
So Sven, I know you were, I mean, I know how much you chronicle every aspect of Coob, and you go out there and you survey the pitches and whatever. You probably throw a few batons on it. Did you notice when you were out there on pitch two here, or pitch one? Did you notice anything in that corner that it was a little wonky?
I think just as the days gone on and we've had a mix of sun and clouds, it's humid as the blazes out here, and I just think in general. When that sun pops, it's drying things out, and you see that a lot at different events, and we're seeing it here. These pitches have been played on now for 6 round. This will be the eighth game of the day, and the conditions change, and they can change at this time of day, especially in the middle of a match. And I think it's just playing really tight right now, especially on this side.
Looks like they've got a couple bunches there. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna get 4 or 5, but you can certainly get a couple threes and a single.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
Whew.
one. Nice
Yeah,
triple.
that was a nice triple.
So now the
I was go-
question
I
is
was gonna
Kevin,
say, like, you
Kevin
never
or the
know.
Cuz?
I'd take Kevin on two. Have Kevin try to get the second triple, give the Cuz the single.
Ah,
Ah,
it's a nice
uh,
shot.
I think Kevin's saving his one baton. I think he wants that last eight. Cuz can knock this
Oh,
down.
nice.
Oh, Cuz is taking it. I don't know if that's the best call.
Oh, well,
See,
the problem is if Kevin gets the 8 and then you
oh.
got the Cuz back at the king shot, you want that? I mean that's what nightmares are made of right there.
I guess.
Oh,
See,
they're clear again.
wouldn't you
Baseline
wouldn't
clear.
you rather though have Cuz at
Yeah,
least be
wow.
taking a king shot right now and go to game
Yeah,
three?
that
Because
would
I would.
be boy.
That
They
seemed
were
like that was their strategy. That was what they were planning on doing, and then the Cubs just didn't step off the line, and either Kevin didn't call him off and say, "I'm taking this," as he
boy,
probably
I tell
should
you
have.
what. obviously what happened in the first game, which I never want to witness again because, I feel like I want to cry. And then that little bit of strategy right there. This match could be over. 2 games to nothing. Projectile dysfunction.
It should
Eight,
be over, Drew.
yeah, eight
I
seed
mean,
over one.
yeah,
8 seed over one
I've
seed.
only seen
Done.
that once at another event. This was the 2019 Michigan Championship, which is coming up. Or that. Look at this drill. It looks good.
Yeah.
That one, the 8 seed knocked off the one in a 12-team tournament and went on to win the whole thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was Dave Giese and Heidi. And then, they're a quality team. Giese is phenomenal, especially with batons.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, they knocked off the 1 seed there, and then they went on to win it all. So it has happened, but most of the time in most of these events, generally you see things go a little more to chalk. And
Yeah.
this one, the Stashes have absolutely no business winning either of these games right now, the way they're playing. And so,
Bob was pretty aggressive with his rethrows there. No, I mean not enormously aggressive because he had a big pile there between where he was throwing to and out of bounds, but looked to be a little more aggressive than he usually is. Maybe he's being a little more aggressive because he realizes the other team is baseline clear and he needs to get moving
exactly.
here.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I don't care who it is. They go baseline clear. You still got two. You're thinking you better win this turn. You give them another chance. It's probably you're going to game three. And
Yeah,
you know, I don't think. Literally, I believe at this point, based on what we're seeing around these pitches, that the whole tournament's waiting on this game. And I don't think anybody here wants to see this go to three because they're all waiting and nobody can play until this game's over. So, I mean, this looks like a nice drill. See what he can do with it.
yeah. Of course, no time limit in the bracket play here. Oh, that one looks
That
nice.
was a nasty blasty. Where's a nasty blasty on that one, Drew? Come on.
I don't know. Well, it's not cleared yet. I've
No,
I've
but
seen
that was six.
I've seen him fly a few here.
Yeah, it could happen.
Is there
There's
one
still
left?
one standing.
Yeah, it
Somehow
looks like.
that flew over the pile. He's going. He's going to put Brian in the red zone here, hopefully. I mean, his goal's 8 with 3.
Clear.
Got it.
Yeah.
Nice clear. Put Brian in the red zone here. Brian's got to hit 2 in a row. Um, but they know that if they don't get, they should be trying to win. That's what they're trying to do. But
Oh
he
boy,
got one.
there's one.
Oh, so now 9 in play if he at the worst, but he still has 2 more shots here. This is a big one. He knows it too.
Boy, this could be it right here.
He's like, man, this could slam the door shut. I mean, this is why you don't let a team like these guys hang around because you just never know.
Oh, he was reaching for it.
Yep,
Reaching. You could feel it.
he could feel it. All
Nope.
right. Unfortunately, still 9. He put one more in play. Give these guys something else to throw in. At this point, you're hoping that cousin Dave finds a way to spray some cubes around because still he nails a
Oh,
group here.
there we go. There's a final.
Yep.
So Das Kubb beat Kublai Khan 2 games to nothing.
Yep. So they play the winner of this one.
Yep. So Das Kubb will be playing the winner of this match in the semifinals, and I believe that's the match we're going to have next week. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've been pretty far off on these
many
match
times.
predictions.
Yes.
True.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
you've been it doesn't even seem like a shot in the dark. I mean, you're not even in the zip code in some of these. So
Yeah, correct.
I'm
Well,
I'm
one of the
taking
problems
everything you
is
say on
that,
these matches as a grain of salt because
well,
I don't.
the big problem is that I keep getting Kubbstaches and Squirrel Stashes mixed up.
That's
So
why we
that's
just need to change their name to the squirrel and the swan.
yeah. Yeah,
It's just easier.
while we have projectile dysfunction playing here, I received quite a few complaints from the graphics department this past week on teams with long names.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not a fan of them because it screws up their graphics. So yeah, like
I know they're on a limited budget, Drew, but there is a concept that they might you might want to clue them in on. It's called
font.
font size.
Yeah, font
So
size. Yeah.
if
Well,
you adjust that size,
if you notice, projectile dysfunction is written much smaller there than in previous episodes. Yeah, it just
okay.
happens that way. Um, so yeah, so yeah, like if people want to come up with like hey, we're Team A, hey, we're Team B, that would be awesome. That makes things a lot
But
easier.
that's not nearly as fun. How are you going to come up? How is the graphics department going to come up with those amazing graphics, like the squirrel with the goatee and the mustache and the limp
Sh- yeah,
and the limp gun? I mean, come on, man. It doesn't get any better than the limp gun for projectile dysfunction. You know, just
that's
gorgeous.
actually one of my favorite parts of Kubb is the names. I just think that's fantastic.
The
It's
only
like
thing
you
better.
play in like intramural sports in high school or college, and that was like half the fun was the team names,
Oh,
and that's not a good start to things.
uh,
Oh
you
boy.
don't want to see Kevin blowing batons at 4. Um, yeah, I mean, the only thing better.
Oh,
Oh no,
I don't
would
know
be
what that was.
that was that was something right there.
That
The
was
only thing would
something
be better
else.
is the fact that, I'm dying to see a meatloaf, and we're not going to
No,
this match,
no
and
meatloaf.
unless it goes to game 3, we're not going to see one, and that's one of the most disappointing things of this whole.
Oh boy,
Oh wow,
that that was like I don't know how many. I think he got 20 of them there.
that
That's what.
defied the laws of physics there, Drew. That was
Oh, if
absolutely
this is a clear.
ridiculous.
Oh no!
Oh, look at Cuz. Oh, he's
Oh,
devastated.
oh, he's dead. He died now. Oh, he's back to life. He's come back to life. Oh
He's
no.
had a heart attack. So calling the EMTs. Luckily, we're
Oh
right next to the fire station, Drew.
yeah.
Oh, that
I think
was
cuz is gone. He quit.
that's
I'm going to sit with these
like
guys.
yeah, I need to go talk to. I think that's Didi and Jason back there. He needs to go get some advice.
And after missing two king shots and then getting robbed on that one, I'd need to go talk to a therapist. I don't
Oh,
care people. I'm a therapist.
yeah. Yeah. We might have to have a therapist on site next year. Just for the
Well,
cuz.
oh, just brutal.
Devastating.
Just brutal. That's
So now,
twice, two
yeah.
times, two shots he's had where he's hit it, the king and then that Kubb, and it didn't go down. That's just brutal.
Looks like Bob's slamming one in here, which is what he needs to do. Got one read throw. You gotta believe this is over. Right?
Honestly, the way the first game ended, I figured this match or this game would be, a 5-minute three-turn game because they were that projectile dysfunction was just devastated. But here they are winning again
Mm,
and should have won this game already. And
yeah.
now all of a sudden everything's turned and
Look at the last turn. They blew 3 batons, Drew.
yeah,
If it wasn't for that miraculous shot that Kevin hit, they would have probably left 3.
yeah,
And you know,
sad.
just
And got
but
any cool seed planting it strong.
yeah. But you gotta, from the Kubbstaches perspective, I mean, it doesn't always have to be pretty. I mean, if you were here last year and watching them play, you would have been astounded to even think that they had a chance to win last year. They played so up and down, so bad at times, but somehow they just they even I think last year they even lost. They lost game 1 of the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the final and came back to win them all. So it's
Wow.
like, they're used to some adversity. Clearly, this is not how they would draw it up. This is not how they've been playing all day. But now they have a golden opportunity if Bob can just have one more good turn. This this doesn't look like a slam dunk easy either. Oh no, that was three. I was looking
Yeah,
for more than that.
I don't
That
know what that
wasn't
was.
good either.
Was
It's
that
like, oh
five?
God.
I don't know.
So now it looks like maybe two more doubles, but then they have to be perfect. They have to be perfect from here on out. They
I
can't miss
think
a shot.
I'd go for that. Yeah, that's what the shot I would go for, and hopefully you get some
Problem is
carnage
the problem
towards
is
the right.
Drew. The problem is Brian's a lefty,
Yeah,
so Bob only has this shot. Like, because he has one baton left. If he goes for the other one, Brian's not going to be able to get this angle.
yeah, that's true.
So there's that double. Brian now has to be perfect because Bob completely hosed up that. The baton number two is what really got him.
It should be a pretty easy double, and it is. So
Yeah.
Brian is in the red zone.
Look at Bob. He's just like, oh, this is excruciating.
Yeah.
Cannot believe.
I mean, this is
Now
each
he
team.
still has one more up.
Oh,
He
I
wasn't in
didn't
red
see
zone.
that.
Now he's just trying to get 10 and play. That's why Bob was just like, are you kidding me with this? And they get 10
10
and
in
play.
play. Man, 10 in play. So this each team, I mean,
Yeah.
trips from the outhouse to the penthouse and back again. I mean, the Otis
Got that
elevator
right,
is
Drew.
ought to be sponsoring this.
Oh, it is. This is a roller coaster ride if I've ever seen one. And
I still can't believe I still couldn't I'm still not over the first game. I mean,
no,
I'm just like, I'm
I'm not
still
over
not
any
over
of it, Drew. I mean, these guys talk about. I mean, Projectile had their foot right on their throat twice, and
twice.
they let them off the mat, and now they're 10 in play with a Kubb hanging out there.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, talk about talk about a gut punch,
Yeah.
and that's Kubb for you. I mean, it you, you have to you got to get it done when you have the opportunities because you just never know. And if you're the Kubbstaches, it's like, all right, well, we didn't close out there, but all right, we put them 10 in play, put another Kubb in play. Let's just
So let's see.
make them
Let's see
make them
how
execute
aggressive
one more
Dave
turn.
gets.
Yeah,
Oof.
that was pretty
That was
aggressive.
close. That was pretty aggressive.
Gets the
Yeah,
push.
I always think, when I think about Coop and especially when you're playing in a one-on-one tournament, um, it is the pressure is on all the time
Mhm.
because if you don't execute, you're gonna lose, and you're gonna lose fast. You're gonna leave an advantage line, and all of a sudden, maybe you don't lose that turn, maybe you do lose that turn, but if you don't lose that turn, chances are you're gonna have a whole bunch of more coops to throw. So the pressure is always on, and your shots have to be perfect almost all the time.
They are really looking at this one because I mean they do not they're just not putting it past them. I mean, 10 in play. It doesn't look like the best group in the world, but Kevin can connect some stuff together in a heartbeat. And you just all they want is one more turn. One more turn. For the stashes, you gotta assume this is over.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that blast that Kevin had on the last turn, essentially facilitated clear. Oh, who does he
yeah,
think he is hitting the camera like that?
yeah, he rocked us.
Yeah,
He got the double and then he got the camera. He hit the
yeah.
tripod.
Oh boy, getting a whole bunch of singles here. That's not going to cut it.
Yeah, now you're looking. They have one double there, maybe two. They have three batons left or two, just
Kevin's
two.
going to take a whole bunch of green
He's
here to
he's
try
got
and
it.
get
This
some.
is Kevin basically might as well morph himself into Doug Flutie right now because he's got to go for the Hail Mary.
It is going to be a Hail Mary.
That was the most American football reference I can make as a Swede. I just want
Yeah,
you
you
to know.
big Doug Flutie fan, Boston College. That's
It's not the man or the football player, Drew. It's the flakes. I love the flakes.
oh yeah, I get that. Yeah,
It's just,
the old Flutie Flakes.
yep, they're so good.
It's a double.
So now he's given
Gonna
he's
take a
now
whole bunch of green.
the cuz is now Doug Flutie, and he is gonna sling one deep, knock it down. Oh, he gets a
Oh,
double out of it.
double.
That
He
was
got the double, but didn't
that
get
was a nice
just
shot.
missed the triple. Was a nice
Yeah.
shot. Took a whole bunch of green there. Boy, but now here we are. 10 in
Here
play.
we are,
With it.
Drew.
Here we are. Now we're back at the penthouse.
Second verse, same as the first. Here we go again.
It's
Rewind
fun.
it.
If the Kubbstaches win this one, it's just a heartbreaking, complete heartbreak.
It's just, you know, you you gotta knock out the champ. I mean, and I think this is kind of what we saw a lot last year too. Is I don't know what it is. I don't know. You win this event. Everyone knows that you won this event. And, maybe it gets in their head. I don't know, but they have no business winning this game, this match at all. This should have been 2-0. They should be in the silver bracket, and they should be incredibly annoyed at themselves. So, but here we are. And
I'm incredibly annoyed that I'm not going to get my 10-1 odds now. All that money.
You're losing that 52 cents. So
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. And I think, I don't know. I mean, I said 10-1. It's probably, obviously, I think it was closer than that. I was getting a little cocky.
There you go.
Oh,
There's
a
a
neighbor. Oh, there's at least something. At least the graphics department gets to do a little more work than just the scroll.
Yeah. Well, you gotta type really fast to do a scroll, so they're busy.
Yeah. But yeah, somehow I got a neighbor on the last one.
Well, this is over.
Yeah. This
Over.
is over.
But I'm just heartbroken for Projectile Dysfunction. I mean, they were surprised at the first round. I don't know what else. They had the Kubbstaches number all day.
Ugh.
Just couldn't close it out.
That wasn't the best shot either there.
No, it wasn't, but it's not going to matter either.
I think Brian's still gonna have a single. He's gonna be like, really? What are we doing?
He does. He does.
Yeah. He's like, jeez Louise, like, what am I even doing with this guy? Can't even clear a freaking advantage line 9 with 3.
Oh boy.
All right, 2 king shots. I think the Stashes almost feel bad about this because they know they stole one.
They ought to. They ought to.
I mean, they stole one. See if they can turn it around in the semis.
Oh,
there we go.
Kubbstaches outplayed for I don't know 19 or 18 out of 20 turns in this one, and somehow win 2 games to nothing. How it happened, I have no idea.
Pulled a rabbit out of a hat, man. They pulled a rabbit out of a hat.
Function outblasted them 1.2 to 1.
Oh, look at that.
And
At
then
least they almost hit 40%, but
almost. Oh, just brutal. Kubbstaches advanced 2 games to nothing. And as we saw earlier, Dusk also won their match 2 games to nothing. So it is going to be Kubbstaches and Dusk 1 more matchup. And then online in the Kubbstaches in the 3 matchup. We're at chalk so far.
Yep.
I can't get over this one. It's going to take me a long time to get over this one.
I think it might take the Cuz a little while to get over this one, but they got to gear up for the silver bracket now. Now they're playing for 5th, so they need to turn it around. I think I'm pretty sure Bob is like, look, go in the silver. I mean, you guys, they're clearly playing well. They had them on the ropes the whole day, and there's no excuse for Stashes moving on. But sometimes you get a gift, you take it, Drew.
I hear you. Well, they're if they keep playing like that, they've got a real good chance in the in that silver bracket.
Hey,
So
maybe we'll see Das Kubb crawl out of fourth place if Kubbstaches keep dropping these turds all over the pitch.
it's always a possibility.
Could be.
All right, so next week we'll start the semifinals. We've got that completely set. So next week we'll have one semifinal match. Episode 6 is another semifinal match, and then episode 7 will be the finals. And we'll have highlights of the third place match as well. So that's all we got for today. Thanks for tuning in. See everybody next week. Bazooka.
Bazooka.